Hello, hello, here we are. Here we are at Peak Productivity Masterclass. Come on board. I know a bunch of you are brand new to Facebook and to the tribe, and so I want to welcome you. Let's see, here we are. We are live here on our Tribe of Excellence Facebook community. So let me know that you're here. I don't see anybody quite yet, so let me know. I know that you're popping on, but I just don't know who you are. So go ahead and let me know who you are. And we're going to get this show on the road. We're going to get started. I'm so flippin' excited for this training. I know that you are too. Hello, Caroline and Alexis and Joseph and let's see, Olivia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day one of Peak Productivity Masterclass. Hello, Michelle. Gosh, it is such a pleasure to be here and to be doing this course for analysts throughout the world once again. Hello, Alicia and Jen and Diana. How are you all? Oh, Diana, we're going to see each other tonight. Haley, welcome. Glad that you are here. Hey, JB, hello. Let us know where you are chiming in from. Anne, nice to see you. I know you have quite a few folks with you here today. Becky, nice to see you back again. Oh, and there's my Laura. So happy to see you. Katya, welcome. Here we all are. Today is day one. Hello, Kaylee. All here. Fall River PD is in the house. Oregon is in the house. Who else is here with us? Mansfield, Massachusetts. I like it. Where is everyone else from? Come on board. Don't be shy. Let us know. We're going to be together for about a week, right? So for actually a whole week. So we want to make sure that we know you and we know how to serve you. So go ahead in the chat. Let us know. Some of you, kudos to you. Tyler, Texas. Yes. Let's see. Yes, exactly. So far away. Welcome to you all. Look at this. California. We have Lucy over here from California, and Alexis is from California too. I am so excited that you folks are here. It kind of feels a little like California here in the Northeast right now. A little. We went from snow last week to 75 degrees today. So it's a little wild and crazy. Rochester, New York. Welcome. Glad you are here. A couple of you from Rochester. Fantastic. Hey, Christy. And Houston, Texas. Look at that. All over. We have someone from Germany I just saw here popping on board. Welcome. Glad you are here too. This is for everybody. Several of you are supervisors and you received the supervisor toolkit for this course. So if you are a supervisor and you have not received the supervisor toolkit, get in touch with myself or with Caroline and we're happy to help you. Oklahoma is here. Look at this. For another one from Cali. Hey, Haley. Nice to see you. All right. Here we go. So we got a little, a couple minutes of just sharing with everyone, where to find stuff, what emails you should be receiving. Everyone here should have received an email. If you didn't, check your spam. Sometimes, because we use a group called MailChimp, sometimes it gets seen as spam. So make sure that you are checking your spam boxes. You should all have received the workbook for today. So from Wisconsin, yes, so nice to see you all. And so let me know right now that you have checked your email, that you've received the workbook for today. Let me know that you've received the workbook for Peak Productivity Masterclass. Shar, nice to see you from Wisconsin. Charmaine from Wisconsin, awesome. So have you folks checked your emails? Have you received it? Kaylee got it, fantastic. Everybody here should have received it. Everybody who is enrolled, we have about 100 of you. You all should have received it. So if you're listening to the live or if you're listening to the replay, let us know that you have received it. Okay, so some of you received the regular workbook, and then the supervisors, we had a separate email for you. There were just a handful of you, and yep, you were one of them. Let's see, my 15-year-old niece was looking at it and wants me to teach her what you teach me. Oh, I love it. Yes, I'll tell you, the stuff that you're going to learn over the next week is absolutely for every area of your life. It's every facet of your life. And so we love delivering this because, yes, it is going to help you in analytics and it will help you in so many other areas of your life as well. So we're excited to be delivering this. How many of you are brand new to our Tribe of Excellence Facebook community? For those of you who are super new to our Tribe of Excellence Facebook community, we want to make sure that you know how to comment, that you know how to get in here. So go ahead and comment whether you're here on the live or the replay. Let us know if you're brand new, say new, so that we know that you are brand new to our tribe, all right? Tribe of Excellence is our Facebook community. And for those of you who don't know about us, we started the Tribe of Excellence Facebook community back in January with just a handful of people, right? And then all of a sudden, we started sharing tools and techniques. We have a whole unit section. Every Thursday we go live to deliver you some content relative to being the CEO of crime analysis, right? And so, we went from maybe 3 and then 15 and then 20 people back in January to almost 800 analysts. 800 analysts from throughout the entire world are now here. I'm now receiving these trainings on a regular basis, and they're free, right? So they're receiving these trainings on a regular basis. So if you know other analysts, if you know other people in the law enforcement community, whether they are military analysts, supervisors, intelligence analysts, crime analysts, GIS analysts, whether you know someone who is doing research and development, anything like that in the law enforcement arena, lawyers, anything that is in the law enforcement arena, we want you here. So go ahead and share with other folks, and help them to receive some of the training that you are receiving as well. Yes, I see all you wonderful folks chiming in here. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, great. So here we are. We are talking about peak productivity. Today is day one of peak productivity. I have to say, there were about 5 of you who created mock accounts or dummy Facebook accounts just to be here. And I want to have a special shout out for you folks who are here, building out fake Facebook accounts just so you can join on in on all the yumminess and goodness. And so I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for each and every one of you for being here. So just some logistics of how this is all going to work. Every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern, we go live here. When I say we, I'm Dawn Reby. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dawn Reby. I'm the owner and CEO of Excellence in Analytics, and we are a company that hosts this group called Tribe of Excellence. I've been an analyst since the 90s out near Boston, Massachusetts, and then in Nashua, New Hampshire. And I'm also hired by IACP, IADList, all the other, NHTSA, all the acronym, BJA, all those folks to travel throughout the country to help police agencies build their analytical capacities. So I'm the one that helps develop the national curriculum that really helps us know what we need to know as law enforcement analysts and as supervisors of analytical functions, right? So I've been in the field for a long time. I know the field, and I also am the mama of 2 girls, right? A 24-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I know what it's like to juggle work life, right? I know what it's like to want to be a phenomenal analyst and to not have enough time in my world to do that, or feel that I don't have enough time to do that. I know what it's like to want to be the best mom that I can be as well. And so juggling those 2 worlds can be a challenge, but I will tell you, there are really efficient ways that you can do the work that you need to do in your analytical arena, and then also have that incredible work-life harmony. So for the past, 9 or 10 years, I've been working throughout the country with different analysts doing just that. And for the past year, since January, we've been doing that with our smaller group here, the Tribe of Excellence Facebook community, which, as you know, has grown to almost 800 analysts. So we offer this Peak Productivity Master Course a couple times a year, probably every 8 weeks, for analysts all over the world to be part of, to join in. So if this is your first time or your 50th time, we encourage you to come back every single time to get rebooted, right? Get rebooted. So what we're going to work through over the next 7 days, what we're going to work through every single day except for Sunday, we're going to work through creating most efficient strategies that you can at work, and really having leadership of self, that self-care happening as well. All right, let's see. Haley, yes, it's definitely a great part of being involved in this group. Oh gosh, yes, you're always getting something new. I love it. Let's see, anyone who made an account for this class, remember, now you can come to the group lives. That's right, on Thursday. You're part of our crew. You're part of our family. You're welcomed. You're in. Let's see, fantastic. So glad that all of you are here. I saw a bunch of you popping in, and I just want to welcome you. And I also want to shout out, a huge shout out. We have a team of people who made this happen today. We have Caroline Collins. She probably sent you a message, and she probably helped you navigate, and she will continue to help you navigate throughout the whole week, helping you find the resources that you're looking for this course and for beyond. So a huge thank you to Caroline for all the work that she's been doing behind the scenes. She's our engagement manager, and she helps make sure that you find what you need. So let's give some love to her, give some hearts to her, give some whatever it is on Facebook it is, give some of that to her. And then Michelle Foster from Texas, she is also a member of our team, and she has been working, oh my gosh, so hard behind the scenes, getting all the emails ready for you guys, getting the workbooks ready, getting everything ready. So a huge thank you to Michelle as well. Our team is just the best in the world. I love our team. We are just phenomenal. So yay to Caroline, and yay to Michelle, and yay to all the other helpers who are here with us for this week, really making sure that everybody is on track. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm glad that you are here. Okay. So, we got new to Facebook, check. We got Caroline and Michelle, check. We are in it. For those of you who are asking, will there be replays? Listen, show up live. Be committed to your success. Show up with this group. Be here. Be with this group. You will feel the excitement. You will be motivated. You will be inspired, right? So be here live every day this week, all the way through next Tuesday, except for Sunday, from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, right? So that's how it works. You're here live. If you absolutely cannot make it live, we have what's called a watch party. The watch party means that we take this video and we make it live, right? So our entire team joins you at 8 o'clock Eastern at night. So you'll see this video twice. If you're looking at it right now, you'll see it again live at 8 o'clock tonight, and our entire team will be there. So if you're brand new, and 2 o'clock just doesn't work for you Eastern. I mean, some of you, it's like 6 in the morning for you right now, depending on what part of the country you're from. So join us at 8 o'clock every single night for the entire series. And our entire team will be there to support you then. If neither one of those times work for you and you can't be part of that live, which I do encourage you to be part of, but if something happens and you just can't be part of that, everything that you're looking for will be in Unit 1. So if you heard this, if you heard me say Unit 1, I want you to go ahead and type in Unit 1 into the chat right now. I want to make sure every single person, whether you're here live or in the replay, Nora, Caroline, Michelle, all of you folks, go ahead and plug in Unit 1. Laura knows where to find everything. You will find everything on Unit 1. So Ann says, thanks for doing the watch party. Yes, Ann, that's new this time. We're going to try that out because we have 100 people enrolled, and we get it. Not everyone can make it to the live, but we want you to feel this culture. We want you to be part of this, right? And so we're making both of those times available to you. Our entire team is going to support you both now at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then also at the 8 o'clock Eastern time period as well, 8 p.m. All right, so great. Unit 1, everything can be found. Becky, I'm glad that you made it. Earl, nice to see you. Kyle, glad that you are here. Everyone knows you can find everything in Unit 1. That's where your homework is going to be as well. So the way that this works, great, Andrea and Alexis and Eugene, Jacob. So Unit 1 is where it's going to be. Okay, so you show up live, and then all your homework will be submitted in Unit 1. Why do we do homework? Why do you get a workbook, right? Why do we make that happen? So the reason is you can listen all you want, but if you're not taking action, if you're not writing stuff down and taking immediate action, then there's no point in you being here, right? We want to motivate you. We want to inspire you to take action right now. You will be inspired. You will find tools to streamline the work that you do. You will get automation strategies. You will get to learn how to prioritize. You will get all of these things, and we want you to take action on it immediately. We want you to implement immediately. For those of you who are working with teams of people, we want you to regroup with your team after each session and really dive into the materials together and help it lead where you're going in 2021. I mean, it's 6 weeks away, right? Yeah, about that. We're almost in 2021, if you can believe that. Okay. All right, so Unit 1, we know about that. And throughout this week, we're going to make this super fun for you and for your teams. We are all about wellness and policing for analysts alike, here in our tribe. So we talk a lot about leadership of self. We talk a lot about taking really good care of you. And we're going to make it really easy and really fun to do that. We have a bunch of prizes that we're going to be giving away throughout this week and through Tuesday to really keep you here with us, to keep you present with us, and to keep you excited, and knowing that leadership of self and self-care is part of your proficiency, is part of your efficiency strategy. Okay, so we want to make sure that you do that. That's going to be a ton of fun as well. So the way to do that is to do your homework, and we select winners from the recaps, all right, from the homework recaps. So make sure that happens. Okay, all right. So let's start. Let's begin. We're already 15 minutes in. I feel like everybody's comfortable with where everything is. Are there any questions so far? Any things that you need to know about here? Let's see. Caroline says, yes, if you want to be tagged in the 8 p.m. watch parties, Caroline can go ahead and tag you in there. So just let her know that you want that. Yes, homework for a prize. Exactly, Haley. We're trying to motivate. We're trying to inspire, because we know there have been hundreds of analysts who have made it through Peak Productivity Master Course for the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. I think for some analysts, Michelle, is it your 6th or 7th time doing this? Every single time you walk away with more. You walk away with refinement. Your processes are even more refined. And we know that you're going to succeed. Last time we did this, we had an analyst save 14 hours. 14 hours of her week was shaved off because she implemented some of the hacks that we're going to talk about here. Yes. Michelle says, I wish they had done this for me in high school and college. Homework for a prize. I know. Exactly. Homework for a prize. I love it. Yes. Yes. So you think it's your 6th time, and yes, every single time. Michelle's actually one of our most beautiful success stories. She automated so many things. She turned hours and hours of work into button clicks, and we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to do that. Okay, fantastic. So sometimes, right, life gets the best of us. Maybe we're at home, maybe we're rocking out life. Maybe we have real good relationships with our families, real good relationships with our friends, and at work, life is super, super stressful, right? Maybe that's you. Or maybe work is going really, really well for you, and at home, life is really, really stressful, right? So maybe you have this kind of tug of war going on. Maybe just all of it is stressful, right? We're in COVID times. We're in riots, right? We're in this defunding. We're in a new president, right? We're in all this political climate that is very, very different for us. Some of us are really afraid. Some of us are losing our jobs as analysts, right? Losing our jobs as analysts. I spoke with an analyst today who is she lost her job. She's trying to reform her life, redesign it, right? Design her life at this point. So there's lots of things that are, very pressing for us right now. We are working from home, some of us with children, or maybe with fur babies. Some of us are, trying to really deal with all of the transition that's been happening in 2020. And it's sometimes a challenge to see the opportunities that are available. But I am going to tell you, the fact that you are here, there's so much opportunity for you right now. There really, truly is. Okay. So sometimes, we get into this world of to-do lists. Does anyone have a bunch of to-do lists where you just feel like this never-ending list is just driving you nuts? It seems so long and it never seems achievable. Do any of you have those to-do lists? Or maybe you just feel like you are completely putting out fires all day long, and you're completely reactive all day long. That, at the end of the day, you sit back and you're like, what did I actually do? Anne says she has way too many to-do lists. Yeah, like it just feels like you always have these things to do, and yet nothing seems to be getting accomplished. And you look around your house and you're like, oh, there's laundry, there's this, for Nora, for Chloe, for Anne, for many of you, you're feeling this way. But there's all these to-do lists. Haley says, I always have so much work and no time. My to-do list is never ending. Yeah. So many of you might have these massive to-do lists at work and these massive to-do lists at home. Jen says, I often say my unofficial title is a firefighter, putting out all of these fires that pop up. Yes. And so a lot of people are feeling this way right now. But today we're changing that. We are changing that, philosophy. We are changing that mindset for you today. As of right now, the 31 people who are here live and the other people who are coming and joining in during the replay or during, the sessions at 8 p.m., all of this is changing for you. This is changing. Competing priorities, says Charisse. Yes. All of this is changing. I know that you as analysts, we as analysts and supervisors wear a ton of hats. We're about to get super clear on what we should be doing. We're about to kick out the stuff that doesn't really matter and really align with the priorities that make the most sense. We're about to feel valued. We're about to feel our impact. We're about to get super organized and super intentional in our efforts, okay? In our efforts. So installing synergy habits, which is what this entire week is all about, installing synergy habits takes effort and concentration. And we're going to show you step by step how to do that. So you all have to be open to that. How many of you are coachable and open right now to say, I want to feel organized. I want to feel valued. I want to feel connected. Huh? How many of you want to feel like you're excellent at your home life and you're really excellent at that work life too? Yes, I love sticky notes as well. I have a couple of sticky notes for you guys today. Woo! Throwing around. Well, we'll figure it out as we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about creating highly efficient habits, really creating and engineering those environments, both at home and at work, that are going to ensure our productivity, all right? That are going to make you feel really, really productive. Okay. All right. Look at you all chiming in. I'm loving it. Andrea, Nora, a bunch of you are just chiming in about sticky notes. Jen is raising her hand. Aye. Yes, you are in it. We are all in it to win it. We are here. We are making this happen. So this is something that I think a lot of analysts really struggle with, really struggle with, and supervisors too. So here we are. I'm going to show you how the flow of this is going to go, and then we're going to dive in further to a couple of myths as well as a peak productivity hack. Audit. All right. So today we're going to get into myths, the 3 myths, okay? 3 myths that might blow you away. Then we're going to get into a productivity audit where you're going to do an inventory check. You're going to discover what it is about your work and home life that you are doing. So today is all about just the audit. Then we're going to work through this week. We're going to work through prioritizing that audit. We're going to do a nice little Stephen Covey thing. So we're going to get you through how to prioritize, how to release, what should be long-term, what should be short-term, that kind of thing. We're going to make all of that happen. We're going to also talk about time chunking. I know many of you have really loved the time chunking tools that you learned. Several of you have reached out to me and said that it has been life-changing. We are going to nail down time chunking for you this week. And we're also going to talk about what to actually do once you nail down the time chunk. What productivity hacks can we share with you? So you have a lot of stuff. We have productivity hacks relative to emails and social media and walking away from your computer and designing automation strategies, right? Processes. I was teaching a course this morning in Excel. We were teaching Access rather. We were teaching some automation strategies, some macros and things like that. So we're going to dig into where you can go to automate and how you can begin to shave off some of these things that take up a lot of your time. Hitting the nail on the head about everything. I'm so pumped too, Haley. I'm really excited about this. So as analysts, right, it really is crystal clear. Well, let's actually take a step back. We are literally in a data-soaked era, right? We use information to drive decisions, right? We use information to drive decisions. We see this in the marketing world, right? We see, like, let's say you're scrolling, maybe you're shopping online on your phone, like I was for my daughter. I was buying gloves, right, for my daughter. So I'm searching Amazon, I'm searching Kohl's, I'm searching different stores for gloves. Next thing you know, in my Facebook feed, I have advertisements for kids' gloves and kids' boots. And in my email, right, on the little side of my Comcast account, I started having advertisements for gloves and for other kids' supplies. And, you know, here's the deal. Companies use data to drive their marketing strategies, right? Companies use data to drive their marketing strategies. They figured out how to tap into it and how to really understand it and use it so that they can market to the right population. we as analysts do the same thing. We as analysts have access to all this information, right? And we are telling our officers, here, we are looking at all this information, we're analyzing all this information, and we want you to go out into the streets and deploy in this way, because here's what the information says, right? So how many of you are in a position where you want your officers to be proactive and to look at the products that you are producing? Go ahead in the chat right now. Let me know if you're producing products and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish my officer would look at this. I want them to be proactive and look at the work that we are doing so that they can be deployed. Yes. Yes, data driven sounds familiar. Exactly. So often we tell our officers, use our information. It's going to drive your decisions, right? So we ask them to be proactive. So for instance, let's say we have, Erica says, yep, let's say we have a burglary series and we study this burglary series and we say, hey, if the suspect hits again, they're likely going to be in this area during this time. And you share this bulletin with the officers and you say, here they are. Here's where you need to be. And then we almost get upset when we're not sure if our officers are actually using those materials, right? So I'm going to ask you the same thing. I'm going to ask you, the way you ask your officers, you say, I want you to be proactive, right? I want you to be proactive and listen to what I'm saying about using strategies, efficient strategies, instead of just going out there and saturating, right? So I'm going to ask you, are we hypocrites? Are you a hypocrite? Are we hypocrites as analysts? Are we telling our officers to be proactive, yet we sit at our desks just being reactive? Reactive to data requests, reactive to people telling us what we need to deliver, reactive to all of these systems that just bog us down and we're trying to, just kind of like put our nose out of the water. Are we being reactive, right? Yes, Eugene says proactive is now considered a trigger word in our community. Absolutely. So are we as analysts being proactive? Proactive with our time management, proactive with setting priorities, proactive with identifying what needs to be in our work packet, right? Or what needs to be released. And so many of you have heard the story of Price Pritchett's story of the fly, right? So the fly, it's a hot summer day. Imagine a hot summer day and all the windows are open except this one window that's nailed shut. And this fly is banging against that window. Its strategy is, if I fly through this window, I'll survive, right? And so this fly, his wings are buzzing and he makes attempt after attempt after attempt to fly through this window that's closed. And if the fly only lifted its little head and looked out that way, the fly would see that there are all these doors open and just 10 feet away, the fly could fly free and live, right? But the fly is so dead set on this one strategy, this one method, going through that window, right, that it ends up doing what? It ends up dying on the windowsill. So the question really becomes, are you like that fly? Are you doing the same things over and over and over again? Are you like that fly doing that thing over and over and over again and getting pigeonholed, right? Are you feeling like, that you're just suffocating, right? That you don't really look up and see that there is another way, that there's a door open over here. You don't have to be putting out fires all the time, right? You don't have to do that if you take a more proactive stance. We're going to show you how to do it this week. So if you're saying to yourself, yeah, I want that to be me, we're going to show you how to do that this week, okay? So I want to ask you, are you reactive to the phone calls? Are you reactive to the emails? Like, do you check your emails every day and just set your day up based on that, right? Based on that. Chloe is a master multitasker. Yes, we're going to get into that in 1 second. Absolutely. I feel like that flies so much work and I don't know how to handle the load. Exactly. So we're going to show you how to work through that. But before we do that, I want to test this out because I know only a couple of you are admitting to this. So I'm going to test this theory out that I have here. So let's play a little game. I'm going to read from the sheet and you go ahead in the chat and let me know if any of these feel like you, right? If any of these feel like you. Do you find that you are constantly stressed with how and when to spend your time, right? Do you feel overwhelmed in your workload as a supervisor, as an analyst? Are you such a perfectionist that you get stuck on tasks for days? Right? Is this you? Go ahead in the comments. Let us know which ones apply to you. Do you find yourself sitting at your desk for hours and hours working on what feels like it is never ending? Alexa, Haley, Erica, Kaylee. Do you constantly feel like your laundry list of to-dos is so long that it's simply not attainable? Yeah. Do you regularly take work home? Or not, if you are working home, are the lines blurred between what's work time and what's not work time, right? Are you stuck on deciding what priorities should be done first? Charisse, Jen, a bunch of you, yes, you're in it. Do you feel like you're constantly working on the minute requests and not really performing the quality analytics that you desire to perform, right? Do you feel like you spend time on projects that really feel unurgent to you, right? Do they feel like they're unurgent to you, but really urgent to somebody else? Do you wish that you had the tools in place to automate repetitive work? Alexa, Laura, Christy, a bunch of you. Katya, you're all saying yes. Do you wish that you had the tools in place, right, to do that automation? Yeah. Do you regularly attend irrelevant meetings that don't make any sense for you to be there, right? Is that you? Anne says all the time. A bunch of you are saying that's me. Do you spend time responding to emails that are unimportant just because they seem like they're simple to respond to? Is that you? Do you wake up first thing in the morning and check email or Facebook? Yeah. Are you in FOMO, fear of missing out? Do you check Facebook and email, work email when you're on vacation or on the weekends? Yes. Are you reactive? Are you feeling like you're just, that you rarely have time for high level work because you're so busy with all this reactive work? Yeah. So Cherise says I'm reading her mind. And so what we're really doing here, right? What we're really doing here, a bunch of you are just chiming in. Yes. This feels like you. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. So we're going to change that story. We're going to shift. We're going to reform your story, right? We're going to really you're going to start sending yourself, Laura's FOMO, right? We're going to send ourselves a new story, a story that I am proactive, that I am results focused, that I am a valued member of my team, that I am working toward a better vision, right? And at home too, that I am leading the life that I love, that I am leading my life of design, right? So we're going to create a new story for you. We're going to work through some mentality challenges that you might have. Are you pouring honey or vinegar on things, right? So we're going to walk through some mentality challenges that you might have and shift the mindset and really getting you to think less about the tactics and more about the strategy, right? More about the strategy. So, the goal here is to really help you know your purpose. So as we work through some of these trainings this week, we're going to identify what are the things that you are doing that you absolutely have no idea what purpose they are for, what the results are that they are trying to achieve, right? Yes, I'm excited that you are here to learn some stuff too. So we're going to continue here. With three productivity myths. So you all ready for the myths? Who's ready for some myths? Because it looks like a lot of you are on board. You're ready to change your story. You're ready to change. You're ready to stop feeling so overwhelmed. You're ready to just be more productive. 2021 and even before that, right now is going to be your time. You're shifting. You're deciding. This is going to happen right here, right now. Yes. Okay. So productivity myth number one, to-do lists are a myth. So to-do lists are a myth. Now this is a big one. You might hate me for this. Michelle did, but then she loved me for it. Your to-do list is out the window. Listen to me. To-do lists do not work. It is a myth. Be coachable right now. Be open to this right now. I am a list master. I love lists. I love checking it off. I love checking off my little list, right? But the difference is I no longer have a to-do list. You know what I have? A success list. A success list. Success. A success list is different from a to-do list. A success list has results, right? Exactly, Andrea. Results. So if my goal is to, let's say, be CLIA certified through the IACA, if my goal is to be a certified analyst, my to-do list is, my list is going to be my success steps that are going to get me to reach that goal. There's a purpose, there's a direction, there's a reason. I no longer have to-do lists, right? Yes, Michelle, she was a multitasker with her lists, and we reshifted. We said, okay, fine, you can have all the lists you want, it'll never end, but let's refocus that list and turn it into a success list. It is amazing. So Haley, when you design a success list, you set up your priorities first, not the to-dos first. You set up your goals first, and then you decide what to-dos are going to help you reach that goal. And we're going to dive into that a lot more. So be open to it. Trust me, it works. I will tell you. Michelle is here. She knows that Michelle says she had success lists completely outdoes my to-do list every dang time. Exactly. Success list. And we're going to, because I know you're an analyst. I know you like lists. I know you're a supervisor. I know that you like lists. I'm not taking away lists. I'm transitioning your to-do lists into results-focused success lists. And we're going to show you how. So myth number 2, multitasking doesn't work. It's a myth. Multitasking doesn't work. It's a myth. Laura says, I love my new mantra. I get results because I set clear goals and am committed, consistent, and persistent. I set priorities and commit to getting them done. Laura is she joined our Rising Genius program a couple of years ago, our mini version of it, and she got great results because that's exactly what she did. She set the results, she set the goals, and she executed. So multitasking does not work. There's actually science. So you can Google this if you don't believe me. There's science that says that the brain doesn't operate doing two things at once. It actually shuts off for a moment and does the other thing, and then shuts off and does the other thing. When you have multiple disruptions going on, right? When you have multiple disruptions going on, you're not really truly committed to that one thing. Now, I'm not talking about doing laundry while you're watching a television show. Multitask in that way, that's fine. What I'm talking about is, when you are doing your bulletin, then doing CompSed and talking to someone, it doesn't work. And let me give you an example. Sometimes I'm on the phone with my mom and I hear her typing away. And I'm like, Mom, are you busy? I'm trying to talk to you. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm just doing this, and this. And I'm like, do you have a second? She's like, yeah, you can talk while I type. And I'm like, I don't feel heard. I don't feel it. Yep, I'm listening to you. And I don't feel heard, right? It does not work. So it works for the little things that don't matter, right? So you can, put on your jacket and you can watch TV at the same time, but for the big things, it doesn't work. And you should only be doing the big things, right? When you're working, you want to make sure that you are focused on results. And when you are focused on results, you cannot multitask that. You want to be centered and focused and intentional. We're going to show you how. Don't you worry. But that's the second myth. So if you're working through your workbook right now, you should be scribbling this down. These are the myths. So the third myth that we are talking about today is work some more does not work. I will tell you that I truly believe in hard work. I truly, truly do. I've worked hard my whole life. I've had multiple jobs. I believe that you cannot achieve unless you work really hard. The difference is, right, that you need to incorporate recovery. You cannot constantly be putting out fires. You cannot constantly be burning at both ends. The greatest athletes do not run every single day, right? They incorporate recovery. So carb cycling, right? So you eat heavy on carbs one day to refuel your system. Athletes will deliberately get massages on one day during the week, or deliberately not run really hard as a method of recovery. We as analysts must incorporate this method of recovery, right? This idea of recovery as an integral component of productivity in order to be most successful. We absolutely must, okay? So we're going to show you how, but I wanted to share those 3 myths with you up front, right? So you know the mindset. So if you are multitasking right now, if you are doing the bulletin right now, stop. Be with us, be present, be intentional, be focused. You will get out of this exactly what you put into it, okay? Quality quality over quantity. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so you ready for the audit? Yeah, work will only burn you out. And trust me, I've been burnt out. I've actually had adrenal fatigue. And my doctor has said to me, you can't work. I actually put my laptop, I had, at one point, I was grabbing my computer and bringing it with me in case something happened and I could do work at a hospital, right? In case, right, I didn't feel well and I could just do work at a Starbucks or something. You know, like, it's ridiculous. When we are constantly working, we are not in recovery. And you cannot have both. You cannot have movement. You cannot have growth and discovery. You cannot have creativity. You cannot have brainstorming. You cannot have great ideas happening if you're always in work mode. You must create white space. You must. So we're going to talk about that more and more, but you know, that's one of the myths. All right. Yeah, when you leave work, you're done. Yeah, I know I'm not multitasking right now because I know Dawn will somehow know. Yeah, I got eyes all everywhere. I will know. Yeah, adrenal fatigue. Yeah, Nora, you had it too. And my doctor said, you just have to stop. And I said, well, I'm okay. I need to work out every day, and I need to do this every day, and I need to do that every day. And my doctor says, you are running yourself into the grave. You need to build recovery. You need to build recovery into your master plan. And that's what we're going to do this week. All right. So we are ready for our productivity audit. We are going to dive into the productivity audit right now. All right. So everyone have a pen and paper. Let me know that you are following along here. If you are ready to create high purpose environments, I want you to go ahead and plug in the words high purpose environments right into the chat right now. And then we're going to go ahead and share this with you, and then we're going to pop off and let you get to work. So high purpose environments. We have a bunch of you on today. I want to know who is ready to set up high purpose environments, right? Whether you're here live or you're listening to the replay, we're going to go back here. We're going to see who's involved. We're going to encourage you. We're going to love on you. We're going to help support you this entire week. Haley, Erica, a bunch of you, Caroline, high purpose environments, Diana, yes, Diana, and high purpose environment, yeah. We are creating, Chloe's creating a high purpose environment. Becky, I know Becky loves our high purpose environments. Lucy is all in it out in California, wants high purpose environments. So here we go. You know, and it's important if you are here, and Earl and Jen and Michelle, it's important when you are here. Caroline, glad you were joining in. Alexis, all of you want high purpose environments, right? Andrea. So it's important for you to really, you know, dive into what we're about to share with you right now, okay? So this is the beginning. This is the brain dump part. This is the part where Joseph and Katya and hopefully I'm saying everyone's name right, Eugene, Jacob, JB, all of you are diving into high purpose environments. And the key that I want you to focus on here is purpose. So I was working with a bunch of analysts the other day, and I have done this for years. I ask analysts, why do you do what you do? What's your purpose? What's your purpose? Kyle's in it, JB. So I say, what's your purpose? Why do you do CompStat? Why do you do your bulletin? Why do you do that annual report? And, you know, the analysts say to me, because my chief wants it, or because patrol needs it. But then I push and I say, but why? Why do they need those statistics for CompStat? Why does patrol need, you know, the bulletin that you're giving them? Why? When you ask yourself, what is the purpose of what we're about to do, the clarity becomes so much more real, right? Every single thing, every single product that leaves your fingertips, you must ask yourself why. Every single meeting that you go to, you must ask yourself why. Andrea says, because I'm assigned to it. And so a lot of analysts say that. So this is the mind shift that we're changing right now. Charisse says that too, right? She agrees. This is the mindset shift that's happening right now. You are the CEO of crime analysis, and you are the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of analytics, and you are the CEO of your life. I don't care if you're not the supervisor. You still are the CEO of your life and the CEO of analytics. It is up to you to define right? What you're doing and whether or not it's working, right? Whether or not it's results focused. So if somebody is assigning you a task to do, we're going to walk through what that looks like. If somebody is assigning you these tasks, right? You must be saying to yourself, what is the purpose? When you say what is the purpose, that's going to give you the ability to make it an even better product, to eliminate it, to transfer it to somebody else, and to determine whether or not it's contributing to the long-term impact that you want at your agency. All right, so what do we have here? Eugene, unit goals are defined by policy, chain of command, and sworn staff. And that's fine, But it's time for us as analysts, as the CEOs of analysts, to say, why? Why do we want this? Because guess what? We might have a better method of getting it there. So what I see happening, Becky says because it falls under the all other other job duties assigned, right? So what I see happening often is I see analysts not knowing why they're doing something that they're doing, right? And they're just going through the motions. If you have the mentality that you are the CEO of analytics, then everything that comes across your desk, you're going to be asking yourself, how can I improve this? How can I make results? How can I, make this product a results-focused product, right? If policy indicates what you do, challenge it, right? Have a conversation. Someone probably wrote that policy. Maybe. Somebody might have written that policy in a vacuum, right? They just want to get something out on paper. Or if not, maybe they had a really good reason why they thought that should be part of your role. So asking why really positions you as a CEO, because when you have purpose around what you're doing, you can deliver a better product, okay? You can deliver a purpose regardless of the product that you push forward, all right? So what we're doing today is we're taking an inventory. You understand the basic concepts now, and so your homework is really taking an inventory of everything that you do. So this means you are talking about if you're responsible for weekly bulletins, I want you to plug into the chat right now. Let's just get started with the homework right now. Plug into the chat. What are the things that you are responsible for doing in your home life and in your work life? Because we're going to set priorities all around, right? So what are the things that you do every week, right? Do you do the bulletins? Do you do pattern analyses for patrol? Do you read the reports every day? Do you produce statistics for CompStat? Do you respond to citizen data requests? Do you respond to complex analytical function, right? Do you attend roll call, attend managers meetings, attend CompStat meetings, attend prep for community meetings, right? What about personal growth and professional growth? So Jen says, knowing the why helps me take ownership of the work and produce good work product. You're in my mind, Jen. That's exactly right. We are looking for ownership. So the disconnect that I see a lot of times with analysts is ownership. We push stuff out because we're asked to. And I want you to take ownership. I want you to love it. I want you to want to be purposeful in the work that you do. So Andrea says CAB packages, CAB notes. What's CAB? Is that for court? Is that what you do for court? So go ahead in the chat right now. Let me know, what are some of the things that you do right now? So many analysts, let's see, FYI, totally fine that it all doesn't fit. Yeah. Oh, great idea, Caroline. So this will not all fit. So when you're working through your workbooks, it may not all fit. I think we have like 8 or 10 lines in there. You probably do 30 things, right? You probably do 30 things. And so what I want you to do, you can grab a separate, like Caroline suggested, you can go ahead and grab a separate piece of paper and just write down this is the brain dump. This is your homework. So let's see, weekly you do Autoberg reports for patrol, to find high offense areas, weekly beat reports for your community response officers to seek out certain parts of their beats. Yep. CompStat every Thursday. Yep. Okay, Andrea. Eugene, bulletins, reports, stats, data polls, analyses, ad hoc, public requests, community meeting prep, reporting, database management, stops compliance, reporting, GIS. Holy cow, you have a lot of things that you are doing. Oh my gosh, Jacob. Read daily reports and write a supplement, produce a package for our weekly crime abatement meetings. Great. So this is what I'm talking about. So I want you to dig, and you probably should have 20 or more things that you do, right? Training, what kind of training and what's the purpose, right? Yep, ComStat every Thursday. It's a lot. I think Erica can relate to that for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what you're going to do here, right? You want to be thinking about the purpose of your role. The purpose of your role is to provide your agency with actionable opportunities to succeed. Provide my agency with actionable opportunities to succeed. That means that you're providing them with products, with conversations, with presentations, right, that help them succeed, that help them arrest the bad guy or the person who made a mistake, that help them identify, a series, right, and help them deploy appropriately, right? So what your homework is today, and it will be posted at 3:05 today, what your homework is today is to do a complete brain dump of everything that you do. Be as specific as possible. And on every single item that you write down, I want you to write the purpose. This is different for those of you who this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth time doing peak productivity. This is a little bit different. What I'd love for you to do here is I want you to write your list of all the things that you do at home, at work, right? All the things that are regular to your world, right? And then I want you to write why you do them. So if you wrote down ComStat, I don't want you to say because they told me to. I want you to think like a CEO. I want you to think like a chief executive operator, right? I want you to think like a CEO so that you can say, why do I do ComStat? What's the purpose of ComStat? Why do I do the weekly bulletins? Why do I go to GIS training? Right? So I want you to write your list. That's what we're doing today. This is the beginning of the productivity audit. This is a complete brain dump of everything that you do, right? And why. And be as specific as possible. What training do you go to and why, right? What bulletins do you produce and why? What exercise do you do and why, right? Yes, thinking like a CEO. You have to. Analysts, you have to professionalize yourselves as CEOs. You have to professionalize your position or you're going to continue to be undervalued. You're going to continue to receive unimportant requests. And I'll give you an example. I remember I was working at a police agency about 10 years ago, and a sergeant walked into my office and said, with this big stack of paper, like this big, right? And said, hey, you know how to create charts, right? Can you count all those up and create a chart for me? And I was like, no. I could show you how. I could show you how to count it all up and create a chart. But my role, and they're like, but you're supposed to support detectives, right? And that was the mistake. It wasn't clear what my role was. They just said support detectives. And I said, yeah, but that's not really supporting you. That's kind of being your secretary, right? Like that's kind of, yes, you, no, exactly. And so the clarity wasn't there. The clarity for them and the clarity for me. I was not the CEO because I had never said, here are the things I can do for you, right? Here's my purpose. Here are the things I can do for you. Yes. Oh, you're good with computers. How many analysts I have spoken to who said that they are fixing people's computers. They are unplugging them and plugging them back in when they don't work because they know about computers. That is not your role unless you're an administrative person or an IT or something like that. That's not your role. That's not your role. Yes, Jen, you know how to do stuff in Excel. You can do all this stuff, right? Exactly. So what we're doing right now is we're creating clarity around what you do and why you do it. And then we're going to stop there, okay? And tomorrow we're going to work through how to prioritize all of this, all right? So you have some homework to do. How many of you are on board? How many of you, if you're in the replay, I want you to type in the word replay so we know who is here for the replay. And if you're in the live right now, go ahead and type in live right now so that we know whose homework to look for and when to look for it. Yes, extra. I'm going to need extra pay for that skill. Yes. And it's the same at home. What's your workload look like at home? Right? What do you do? What are your priorities at home? Write them down, all of them. We're nailing it all down this week. We may as well. We're with each other for a week. Okay. Caroline, Sharice, Diana, a bunch of you are here in the live. Nora's in the live. So folks, I want you to go ahead and set up your productivity audit, right? Write down everything you do indicate why, and then plug it into the recaps, which will be available for you at 3:05 today. And so what our team, what Caroline and Michelle and myself and Ciara and a bunch of us are going to be doing is we're going to dig into your homework. We're going to help you out. We're going to move you along. If you have a team of people here, look at all these live folks. I love it. If you have a team of people that you're working with, this is a great opportunity for you to debrief with them after this session and talk a little bit about, what is the goal of the team in 2021. All right. So Chloe, Earl, a bunch of you folks are here live. Fantastic. I love it. So we're going to take a look at your homework, and then we're going to select our first winner for tomorrow. Can you believe it already? We're going to have lots and lots of winners. So whether you're here live or listening to the replay, or maybe you are at the watch party. If you're at the watch party, go ahead and plug in watch party so we know that you are here at the watch party at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes. We are here to serve you. Caroline and I, it's going to get really busy in this Tribe of Excellence Facebook community. Typically, we do sessions once a week, but this week we're doing them every single day. So it's going to get very busy. It's going to get messy. It's going to get hard to find things. Everything's going to be in Unit 1, but if you simply cannot locate things, if you're struggling, having trouble, reach out to me or Caroline. A message is waiting for you, by the way. Every single person, all 100 of you, every single person who's enrolled in Peak Productivity has received a message from me or from Caroline, okay? So if you have not seen it yet, look in your hidden files and your hidden messages in Facebook and you'll see them there. You have also received an email, so check your email for spam. You've received an email and you will receive a reminder email each day letting you know what we're gonna talk about for that day. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining in. We are done this session. I can't wait to see what you all come up with. I can't wait. This is always the fun part, to really just transition with you and shift mindsets with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. And one last thing, tomorrow is November 11th, Veterans Day, and I've received several people have reached out and said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm not working. I want to just shift you for a moment for a second. I want you to shift for a moment for a second. CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your life. I want you to dig in, whether or not it's Veterans Day. Step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Take charge. Take ownership. This is about you. This is not just about work. This is about refining your priorities, getting more clear on your role. So I encourage you to still be with us live tomorrow. If you are traveling, if you are going to a memorial, if you are doing something special for Veterans Day and you absolutely cannot make it, we do understand that too. You can check out the watch party at 8 p.m. at night, or you can go ahead and plug in to the replays. But for those of you who are saying to yourself, well, I'm not paid to do this, right? I'm not working on that out. I want you to shift that mindset. I want you to shift that mindset and put in. What you put in is what you're going to get out of it. All right? Oh, good. I'm glad a bunch of you are going to come tomorrow. I'm going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here to serve you. And I look forward to seeing all of you then. So good luck on your homework. I can't wait to dive in and check it out. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now.